But I want to ask you, what would you like to say to law enforcement?
That you're paid to protect and serve, and you end up killing us. And like, not all police are bad, and not all of them are racist. But the good cops that are sitting around and letting the bad cops do it, they still are at fault too, if they're not saying anything or stepping up and doing anything.
Yeah, Self Love and I, we say silence is violence, and that's what we mean. So definitely, definitely. So, how does being a child, it's hard calling you a kid because you have that wisdom, but how does being a child affect what you're doing out here? You think it's positive or negative?
It's positive in a way and also negative in a way, because me being a child, I get a lot of hate for being a child and doing this. My mom gets a lot of hate for being a child and doing this. My family in general does.
Yeah.
And also school and homework. But then the good thing about being a kid is people will pay attention more to a kid rather than they would an adult. Also that school has not been informing me about Black Lives Matter, but it's informing me about how to output my words and how to receive bigger words and just upping my vocabulary in general. And also being a kid, it's like you can't drive to where you want to go if somebody can't get up and drive to where you need to go, or can't, or it doesn't feel like getting up to drive and not needing to go, because like sometimes my dad, he's super tired, and mom, she's doing something with the kids all the time. Yeah. So as a kid, I can't get up and drive to where I need to go, and I can't do things like that. So that makes it hard.
All right, well, it's a great answer. Great answer. Biggest mistakes you see? Well, I would ask biggest mistakes that you see from other child activists. But have you seen any other activists your age? I mean, is there a community as you guys?
Not my age, but like some 15, 16-year-olds.
What?
Critiques.
I mean, if you don't see any.
What about whenever you were saying you didn't want to be put in a box?
Oh, so being put, so it's like people limiting me to what they think I can do rather than what they know I can do, without knowing what I can do and without personally seeing what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Making assumptions, because you're young, just making an assumption. Okay.
Or he was also referring to he's scared that people will always see him as an activist, so he won't get to like make mistakes in life.
Yeah, it does put a spotlight on you, little man, and we're going to talk about that. You're built for it, and you'll get there. One thing I say is, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons and you're following, that inner voice, you're going to be fine. That's when you have the protection of your ancestors, right? When you start straying off the path and doing it for other reasons, for fame, money, or whatever it is, even rapping, even football, even playing in the NFL. If your goal is to do it for fame or any other reason besides the love for the craft, you won't make it. It's true. Telling you from experience and
Thanks.
From wisdom, and from I'm just telling you, and from talking to an NFL player who sat right here and like you're doing for 3 hours breaking it down to us. So any myths about you or your movement that you would like to clear up?
What about people saying you don't write your own stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I brought that up. Well, go ahead.
Personally, because I put a lot of hard work into writing. And,
I'm a writer, so I know the feeling, man. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
So like as being a kid, like I said, making assumptions, putting me in a box and limiting what I can do without knowing what I can do. it's hard to explain to them that I actually write my own stuff.
Yeah.
But once I get the point across, from there it gets easier, and telling them that, and showing and telling them how gifted I am.
What
I
about
can.
people saying your mama makes you?
That we got like a whole bunch at the beginning.
Mhm.
Like, so in the beginning, from the beginning of, so the summertime of 2020 to
Yeah.
around when school started back, where people were talking about calling CPS on my mom for putting me in
Mm.
danger, making me do this. And it's really like, I don't want people to say that, because why would my mom be making me do this, knowing that I could that I'm in danger every single time I walk in front of people, every single time I'm in the crowd, every single time I could even get caught in the crossfire of a gas tank. I could suffocate in the gas. I could get caught in the crossfire of a rubber bullet, and I could get hit with a rubber bullet and potentially die. And I don't know why my mom would make me do something like that. That just makes no reasonable sense at all. So,
Right.
Man.
You see, we
And
go through all the factors. Like every single time we go to a protest, I'm like, Nick, are you sure? Like these are the things that are
yeah.
possible to happen. And then even then, sometimes we leave early, or I make him come on and go because I see the police moving, or
Yeah.
I'll see some snipers on the
Yeah.
building or something like that. So mama still has to override a little bit, but
Mama
I
bear.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I tell my child to not go out and fight for himself. I just don't know how to do that.
Yeah, and I
Right.
appreciate that clarification, Low Man, and also Amber. Because that, I guess that's a natural question, from parents. I would say I see kids, not necessarily his age, but just a couple years older, rapping about nonsense, in my opinion. And no one's threatening, calling CPS and
Right.
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 Yeah, but you have someone with the potential to, change the world out there, and and they want to start, peppering negativisms towards them. So, Low Man, just brush it off. Brush it off, right? Keep your eyes on what you're doing. Just brush it off and keep your eyes on what you're doing.
Let me tell y'all, his first YouTube video, I was commenting back on every daggone comment. I was like, hold up, that's my baby. You can't talk about him like that. And finally, he went on the radio show here in Denver. The radio host was like, I seen you comment. You got to stop that. He was like, you going to spend all your time. So I don't even look no more, y'all. I don't even look.
Right. It's not important. If they ain't talking about you, you know what I mean? Anytime you got some haters or whatever, they say you're doing something right. And you always know that you can't please everybody. You know what I mean? So you got to live inside of you and make sure that you get what you want out. And it's very important because you're a very powerful being. Just keep growing.
Facts. Facts. What advice would you have to an 11-year-old that's thinking about getting out there on the front lines like you, man?
I would tell them to do it if they really want to do it, not do it because they see other people doing it. Because I didn't start rapping because I saw other people blowing up off of it, because I saw people having fun with it. I did it because I wanted to do it, and I've been doing it because I want to do it. So if they just want to do it to, like you said, to get famous or to get money or to just be like somebody else, I would advise them to not do it, because if you don't have the heart or the grit and grind to do what this is and to push for what this is, I advise you not to do it.
Man.
Tell them what you do with your money. Y'all listen to what my baby does with. So we ain't paid now, yeah. We just get a little bit of sponsors here and there, but y'all tell them what you do with your money.
The struggle's real.
So the first time I ever got money from a protest was in Pueblo, and I got $20. And I gave the money to my mom for gas money. And then my first large sum of money was like a month or two ago, and I got $250. I split it with my group, and I ended up investing my money into studio time.
Hey, self-love, Tori, you should like that, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, I got a question that I didn't write down. All right, so let's just say, God or whatever you believe in, right, is sitting right across that table there from you and puts a microphone there in front of you and NFL football and says, because this is how life is. This is truly how life is. It's going to be a lot of work, but this is truly how life is, and says choose. What is it that, you want to do? And you can do both, but what is it that you want to do? Because that's happiness. Happiness is doing what you love and making money off of it. So which one do you love the most?
I would play NFL.
All right.
You can use your NFL platform for your people, though.
Kind of how I use my speaking platform to branch off into music to have a start with my music. Because I got a really big platform off of speaking. And I wrote my first song, and my mom, she didn't know that I could rap. So I showed her my first song, and then she ended up getting studio time from QB. What's his full name?
I don't know.
Oh, dang it. Well, yeah, that was my first ever studio time, and then I got.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving out a lot of government names as you move through the rap industry. If they tell you QB, just roll with QB. Go ahead. Especially live. But go ahead.
That was my first studio time, and then I used my speaking platform to branch off and start off with a little booster for my rapping.
So you could use that to help your people.
So I could get my rap out, and my rap it could really inspire a lot of people. And like I said, if my music inspires you to do music and you actually have the heart to do the music, then be my guest and get in the studio with me if you want to. But if you can't put in 3 hours of work to a song, 6 hours of work to a song, and be practicing that song day and night, or you can't be going over a speech in your head over and over, or you can't be ready to get up and put your life on the line to be able to go fight for your people, so your kid's life isn't on the line when they step out the door, don't do it.
Yeah.